insecurity, especially with the latest stories that are emanating from different parts of Western Africa, particularly Nigeria. But let's stay within Nigeria as well, addressing the security issues. Well, former governor of Anambra State and vice president candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the 2019 election, I'm talking about Peter Obi, has stated that in order for Nigeria to move forward in 2022, the country must place a high priority on security. Now, this comes amidst the recent cases of banditry and killings in different parts of the country, just as you've just heard from the person who just joined us. We're talking about Jonathan Ashake as well. Well, in Peter Obi's words, security will encourage more investment in the country, and without security, people will be unable to think of other worthwhile endeavors.
We are joined by security experts Richard AMUWA this morning to unpack all of this and more. Many thanks for joining the program, Richard. Now, would you agree with the words of the former governor of Anambra State, as in terms of how much insecurity is inhibiting investment in the country?
Absolutely. Good morning, and thank you for having me. There's no country that that will really do well in terms of economy without security. We all know the place of security in advancing any nation's economy. So I think Mr. Obi was absolutely right on that comment. You know, what we're going through today, look at how expensive foodstuffs are. Look at how things are, way things are going. In terms of in the economy, it's obvious that because of the issue of insecurity, things are really tight, and so there's no way you can get an investment or investors to come to Nigeria to come and invest when they are not sure of security. Even for those of us who has invested in the economy in Nigeria here, you can't travel around, you can't even move. This Christmas and New Year, a lot of us could not even leave our home because of the situation in the country. Right. So I think it's very, very right.
Okay. Now, Richard, I mean, Peter Obi came out and made a statement talking about security of lives and property being a must in terms of top priority for the country if we're to move forward. Now, we're already in 2022. What do you think the government can do right to ensure that Nigeria is more secure than it has ever been in history?
I think for the first time in my life, in the life of Nigeria, we have never seen it this bad in terms of insecurity. And you ask the question, what can government do? I think if there's anything as a security consultant I've seen that government have not done, is the political will to deal with situations. It's just taking federal government how many months since we'll be crying out to criminalize or get these guys, these bandits, these kidnappers. They are not just kidnappers, they are not just terrorists. They are not just kidnappers and bandits, they are terrorists. Legalize it, and you bought equipment, tornadoes. You bought plane fighters, but you cannot use it on them because you need to, because of the human rights angle. Look, you can see how many months it took the government to come up with the fact that they want to do this. So I think we need a political will. We need a leader that will, that will look at the suffering of the people and say enough is enough. Seriously, does it mean that our army cannot do it, or does it mean our police cannot do it? They can do it. But unfortunately, the human angle to it, the political will to do this stuff is what I feel is not there. This federal government has spent so much money. Jonathan government has spent so much money equipping the military. Yet, all you keep hearing is, let's equip. I'm going to use the entire budget of Nigeria to equip the military. So my point here is that let's have the political will. Let Mr. President do the right thing. Let the National Assembly, let them do the right thing. And let's have our country back. We can't have a few hoodlums, few people from nowhere, terrorizing us. And we all keep quiet, like there's like we cannot do anything. We cannot carry arms as civilians. So the few ones that have these arms, they are terrorizing us. So I think we have government that should wake up and sit up and do the right thing. That's my take.
All right. Just to also move ahead, well, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, I'm talking about Abubakar Balami, yesterday had mentioned that very soon the Tokeno will be used on the bandits. But let's not just focus on one side of the country. Just a while ago, before you came on, we also had Jonathan Asake, who spoke about the southern Kaduna and the issues. And still yesterday in Lagos State, there was heavy security presence at Magodo Estate once again. Now, News Central has actually been following this story closely. Now, in a video that I'm about to play to you, you're about to see a police officer at the Magodo Estate area disobeying the governor, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Let's take a look at this video.
Can you call your superior in Abuja that you need to be up to date, you need to leave Lagos? Please. Can you call your superior in Abuja and tell them the governor is here and I'm the chief security officer and that you don't have any business to be in my state right now and that I want you to disengage?
Sure, sir.
Thank you very much.
Governor. Number one.
That's why I'm asking you to make a phone call and tell them, your superior, that I'm here standing in front of you. Make that phone call.
Thank you, sir. I'm here on instruction of this Mr. of Police to the AGF, sir. And that is why I'm here. I'm too small or too low to call them. Your Excellency, sir, with due respect, sir, you can call them directly, sir.
There you have it, Richard. I mean, that's the governor, executive governor of Lagos State, Mr. Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, telling the security operatives to call his superiors, and he's saying he cannot do that. Well, on the heels of that video, do you think our security operatives are actually working in tandem for a united solution to our problem?
That's a shame. That's a shame of a country. That's a shame of democracy. First of all, Mr. Babajide, Mr. Governor stooped so low to have spoken with that guy.
But the governor is known to be very humble, and he was just trying to sort the situation.
Let me be sincere with you. Mr. Governor should have not spoken with him. He would have made that call straight to these guys and get those guys to order him. Mr. Governor is too big to speak to that guy. To me, I think he has brought my governor down. But that's not the issue here. The issue here has shown the lack of, the issue of what we're discussing right now. Issue of security in Nigeria. There's no way you call somebody the chief security officer of a state and he has not even one single atom of power to control the security in his state. That's what we're saying. There's no way you say you are a federal system of government where the police is in the federal and the state take order from the federal for security issues. I think I'll say it time without number. We need to go back to fundamentals of security in Nigeria. We really need to go back. How, as a federal system of government, what and how does security runs in federal system of government? That's just the point here. Everything in Nigeria is lopsided. It's upside down. America that we're imitating democracy from, is that how they practice democracy? That's the point here. I can't see a governor in any of the states in America calling Washington before he take decision on security in his states. That is why we are where we are today. You can imagine, let's assume that a war at Magodo. Mr. Governor cannot do anything as I'm talking to you. Look at yesterday, the man was just, to me, he was just there, couldn't do anything to protect her state.
Well, all right,
It's so
thank
sad.
you. Thank you, Mr. Richard. I mean, we are looking forward to more of this story because the story is still developing. Some people still do not believe that the police officer should have disobeyed the governor of the state, that's Babajide Sanwo-Olu. But of course, we do appreciate your time on the program and we'll look forward to having you once again.
Always a pleasure, Richard.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.